Hello and welcome back to Isle of Mull Part 2, our trip. So after arriving at Fishnish from Lochaline on the ferry, our first point of call was to Pennygown Caravan Holiday Park. We've been coming here now for quite a few years since it's opened in 2019. The owners that run this, Fiona and James with their daughter Shona, are really friendly. They're very informative, really nice, down-to-earth people, and just want you to have a great time. It's been open since 2019 and the facilities are just as clean and tidy as what they were when they first opened. Some of the facilities is washer, dryer, toaster, kettle, microwave. It's really good. Some information on birds. They also are dog friendly and they've got a walk which takes you from a circular walk from the site right down to the shoreline. Got showers, like I say, facilities are really clean. If you go on TripAdvisor, they've got a 5-star all the way through for location, cleanliness, friendliness, everything. Completely 5 stars, can't fault it. We paid £31 a night with electric, which we think is quite reasonable, and the facilities are great. Every Tuesday they've got the foodie shack that comes. If you want a wood-fired pizza, you can buy them there. They also run a farm alongside the holiday park with sheep and Highland cattle. And they do sell the meat in reception when they are there, from burgers and steaks, etc. Apparently the Highland cow meat is supposed to be very, very tasty. But for me, I just love the Highland cows so much. They're like dogs. I could not eat Highland cow. So even though we went to visit the abattoir to see what meat we could buy, they thought it was funny because we wouldn't have any. Instead, we opted for Aberdeen Angus, and it was cut to perfection by my husband, along with haggis. You can't come to Scotland without haggis. The following day we got up and headed out to see what wildlife we could see. Weather had cleared up a lot better than yesterday, but still low clouds, but no rain. It held off for quite a while. There's some beautiful colours this time of year, which was September in Mull, and it's really nice to see all the different flora and fauna. It did seem unusually quiet for this time of year. We've been here before in September and the roads were very, very quiet, with just the odd car coming past where we had to pull in and let it past. But it's great. I like to get away from it all. If you want to get away from technology, people, life in general, Mull is the place to go. This is one of our favourite stops, to look along the ridges and look out for the golden eagles. There's a pair that's been in this area and claimed this territory for many years now, and they've been quite successful raising chicks. Although we did hear from a local tour guide that they never had a chick this year. So that is a shame. What I'd suggest is, if you've never been to Mull, go on some of the tours, for the wildlife tours. There's many that do it. Mull Charters in particular is one that we seen a couple of times around the island, but they're all good and it's worth a visit to have a day with them so you can see all the spots to look out for all the wildlife. We were lucky enough to see some otters during our week on Mull. We managed to see the dog otter, as you can see in the pictures, and on other days we saw the mother and the kit. First time we've seen them round this end of Loch Nakeal, and we've spent a good hour watching them. They're very entertaining and quite close to shore. If you ever do go round Loch Nakeal, watch where you're walking and just keep an eye out for otters. You don't always see that they're there, but you can disturb them. So after watching the otters on the other side of Loch Nakeal, we continued round past the Benmore estate and cottages to the other side of Loch Nakeal. This is quite a well-known area of where there's 2 white-tailed eagles that nest, and they regularly have chicks every year and have been doing for quite a while. You can have a tour on a boat that takes you down the central Loch Nakeal, and he throws fish and you get to see the sea eagles really close up. Looking across at the hills on the other side, if you get your scope, you can actually see golden eagles on that side of the loch as well. There's a pair that fly around there quite regular. So from this point, we've seen otters, sea eagles and golden eagles all in this spot. After some patience, we did manage to spot the white-tailed eagles, and we were lucky enough to see both parents and the chick. The chick is now fully grown, and the parents are trying to get him or her to actually go off and fend for themselves. Got some really good pictures of them. The photos were taken through the scope on my phone. One of the good things about having a camper van with a side awning is if it starts to rain, you can just get the awning out and continue to birdwatch. Win-win. Glenforsa Airfield was originally built basically to act as the only fixed-wing air ambulance for Mull to evacuate any people that are ill. And it's run by the department on the Argyll and Bute Council, alongside Brendan Walsh, who also runs the Glenforsa Hotel. Glenforsa Hotel is what you can see now. He's also an experienced, enthusiastic pilot, and as it was our anniversary, our 5th wedding anniversary, we decided to eat out and have tea at the hotel. The hotel itself was really nice, very quiet when I've took this video because we like to eat early, so that's why I got the chance to take the video without disturbing anybody. Andy's enjoying a local pint, and we both opted for the fish and chips, and it did taste as good as it looks. And with that view, what more could you ask for? In between waiting on courses, I had a wander around and looking at all the different aviation artefacts that they've got around the place. It's quite interesting. There's photos and obviously hotel memorabilia. A really interesting place to see, especially if you like aviation. After a bit of a tour, our dessert arrived, and we both had the sticky toffee pudding with ice cream. And yes, that was gorgeous as well. Sitting here eating the breakfast, had a nice quiet night. Alfie's eating his breakfast. Sunday lunch he's got today. And we have company. Morning, ladies. Good morning. I haven't got any breakfast for you today. Are you on your land? Sheep last night, cows this morning. Hello. Not the usual morning on Mull. Not very windy, not raining, it's very quiet. So as you can see, we were joined last night by a couple of vans, cows and sheep this morning, and now on a little walk before waiting for the cafe to open to have breakfast. Can't see Ben Moore, it's still in the cloud. Looks like it's going to be a lovely day. We've had a drone for quite a while, but we never seem to get it out and use it nowhere near enough, so we're very amateur. So this is a bit of a practice run, and as you'll see in the next few clips, we've still got some more practicing to do. But our intentions are to start using it more regularly and hopefully get better with it and make better videos. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. So now it's 9:30 and we just have enough time to get to sailing and the coffee pot in time for our coffee and morning breakfast. They do the best bacon baguettes ever, and you will see this. So off we go to find the coffee pot. There are 2 cafes or takeaways, whatever you call it, in Salem. Coffee pot has been the longest one out of the 2, and I think the other one's called the Bakehouse, which is literally across the road. The difference is the coffee pot is takeaway and you can sit in on the Bakehouse. They do close on opposite days, so one's generally open if the other one is closed. As you can see in here, they do a lot of different things, but this is the best. The bacon baguette. We have travelled on days in Mull 22 miles just to get this bacon baguette, and it is worth the travelling. If it is closed, they've now started doing an honesty box. You can get cakes and obviously go off and enjoy your day. Recommend it fully. You can't come to the Isle of Mull without visiting Tobermory. There's a large car park which is on the far right of the video now. That was actually full on this day, and there's parking along the front if you're lucky enough to get in. There's also, Tobermory was famous for the children's TV series of Balamory. Tobermory is full of very unique shops. I've actually brought a walking stick from this shop. All handmade locally. There's jewellery, handmade jewellery that's done locally. A lot of nice crafty shops. Lots of little knickknacks. Really interesting shops. So I've just took some video of a couple to show you. It's very interesting, I like it. It's something that you don't see in your average town. Over in the distance is the Isle of Mull, where you can take the ferry, the car ferry. You can only visit as a day and you can't camp over there. There is hotels that you could book, but you can't actually stay over in your camper van. There's also a little beach area when the sea's out in the harbour and steps over the far side. And that is pretty much Tobermory. And that is the end of part 2 of our visit to Isle of Mull. Hope you enjoyed it and see you soon for part 3.